maybe the idea of is like, are you going to get lucky? And the thing is, everybody can get lucky. And I joke all the time. I'm like, I don't believe luck is good or bad. I think luck is just this like probability factor where you're like, something's going to happen. I want to play to it. So it's why I'll say yes to almost everything, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know, again, you never know what door will open.
You just got to keep swinging.
Yeah, and it's like something's going to hit one day.
So why do we stop then?
I think it's hard. I mean, look, going back to auditions and stuff like that, I think thankfully enough no's happened my whole life, right? Like dating women, trying to be a musician, like all these things, right? Where I was like so used to just hearing no, it prepared me for it. So it was like hearing a no in a situation was never, it stopped being a bad thing to me. And I think I quickly realized at a fairly young age that like, if you don't try things, you just, everything you do starts at no. And then, but if you try, it might turn into yes. So I'm like happy to kind of gamble in that regard. And so I think I think so many people get caught up in the relevant sadness to this, but I think there's something in me is broken in a helpful way where I'm like, I'm going to keep swinging at this, even though I'm like, I don't know if this is ever going to work. Right. I mean, I'm getting older now and I'm thinking, I'm like, is this where I peak? You know, and I'm going to keep trying. But I know for a lot of people, that shit is so hard. I mean, I see people who just hear one simple no, like, oh, they were at a Coke Zero at the gas station. My day's ruined kind of shit. And I'm just like, oh, dude, you're not going to make it. Like, you know, and I never mean it mean. I'm just like, oh, God, I can't imagine if you had like an actual moment of adversity. Like, what would that feel like? Like I get it. Like, there's plenty of stores that sell Coke Zero. Just go to the next one. Like,
are you the guy that tells them, like, man, you're really not going to make it?
No, of course not. I'm like, you know what?
Or the eternal optimist, like, man, I know it's so bad. Like, hey, man, it's going to be okay. And is that you?
I am somewhere in between. The thing is, I always try to be really honest with people if they ask me to be, right? And then even still, I'll still do that thing. I'm like, do you actually want me to say something? Because I'm going to say it. But if you just want me to pat you on the back.
They always say yes.
Right, I know, and no one's ever happy about it.
No, they're miserable then.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, grow up, get a therapist. Like, you'll learn to be good at hearing this. Or don't ask, right? Because, like, but in my head, I'm looking at it always like, they want to grow. And I'm hoping that if I can be somewhat inspiring in that moment, even if I'm saying something they don't want to hear, I always try to say it in a way where it's like, listen, it's hard right now. You're never going to be the mascot you want to be or whatever the thing it is.